So today we're going to simplify fractions. Simplifying fractions means that if you have a numerator and a denominator, such as 6/8, that can be divided by equal amounts on the top and the bottom, then it's not simplified and you can simplify it. I'll show you an example right now. Here are two models of 6/8. I have 8 parts in this circle and 6 are shaded. I have 8 parts in this fraction bar and 6 are shaded. But I can simplify 6/8. I know that I can divide 6 and 8 by the same amount and make a different fraction, actually the same fraction, an equivalent fraction, with different sizes of pieces. What can I do? Well, first, if I look at this 6/8 here, I know that I can probably change the amount that I'm looking at so now instead of 8 parts, it looks like I've got, see that? 1, 2, 3, 4 parts and 1, 2, 3 parts shaded. 3/4. Same thing here. I can change my whole fraction bar into 4 parts with 1, 2, 3 parts shaded. 3/4. Now, okay, not every day do we have markers and other materials to draw pictures, so there must be some kind of strategy to figure out how to simplify a fraction without using pictures, and there is. We have to look at the numerator and the denominator, 6 and 8, and figure out what factors they have. And we have to list the factors to figure out what we can divide them by. So what factors go into 6? Well, I know 1 goes into 6, 2, 3, and 6. 1 times 6 makes 6, and 2 times 3 makes 6. So those should be all the factors for 6. What about the factors for 8? Well, I know 1 times 8 makes 8. Oh, 2 and 4. 2 times 4 go into 8. So here is the list of factors for 6. Here are the list of factors for 8. And in order to divide this 6/8 by an equal amount, I have to find the greatest common factor. Greatest common factor. And the greatest common factor is not 1, and it's, oh, it looks like it's 2. Okay, so that's step 1, find your greatest common factor. So you map out your factors and then you find the greatest one. Because if I try to divide it by 3 on the top, divide 4 on the bottom, I'm changing my fraction. I can't change it. I can only divide it by the same amount on the top and bottom. So let's try it. I'm going to divide 6/8 by 2/2. I'm going to divide the 6 by 2, and I'm going to divide the 8 by 2. Well, lo and behold, what am I going to get here? 6 divided by 2 is 3, and 8 divided by 2 is 4. So if you can find the greatest common factor of both of these numbers, you can change the fraction so that it's equivalent, but it's in simplest form. You can't make it any simpler than 3/4. Let's try another one. 4/16. As you can see, I've got 16 parts in the whole and 4 shaded in. Same with my fraction bar here. Again, this time let's try the greatest common factor strategy first. So let's find the greatest common factor for my numerator and my denominator. 4 and 16. What are the factors of 4? What goes into 4? Well, I know 1 times 4 makes 4. And I know 2 times 2 makes 4. And I don't need to double 2 again. I just know 2 times 2 is 4. So these are my factors of 4. Now let's do my factors of 16. I know 1 times 16. Anything else? Yep, 2 and 8. and 4 times 4. So 16's got a nice long list of factors here, but which is the greatest common factor? The biggest number that both of these 4 and 16 can be divided by is 4. That's the greatest common factor. So now that I know that I can divide 4 and 16 by 4, let's try it. 4 divided by 4 equals 1. And 16 divided by 4 equals 4. And that's simplest form. You can't get any lower than 1/4 because dividing 1 by any whole number will make a fraction. So this should be simplest form, simplifying 4/16. Let's try it. 1/4. If I cut this circle into 4, oh, look at that. Sure enough, it looks just like 1/4. And if I cut this fraction bar, check it out, 1/4. So the key is, it's a two-step process to simplify a fraction. The first step is to find the greatest common factor, and the second step is to divide by it on the numerator and the denominator. Hope that helps.